when you marry, in my position, you're going to marry somebody who perhaps one day is going to become queen. And you've got to choose somebody very carefully, I think. And the one advantage about marrying a princess, for instance, or somebody from a royal family.
Not Diana or Camilla. This was the woman destined to be queen. But she refused the crown, and though decades have passed, I still remember her name with a quiet ache that no title could ever soothe. Amanda Knatchbull, granddaughter of Lord Mountbatten, was not only royalty by blood but by spirit, poised, intelligent, warm without being reckless, and most importantly, she understood the duty that came with a life lived in service to the crown. At 25, I was under increasing pressure from all corners of the palace to settle down, to find a wife not simply to love, but to fulfill a constitutional role, to provide heirs, to offer stability to the monarchy in an age that was beginning to question it. My great-uncle Mountbatten, ever the tactician, had long seen Amanda as the ideal match. He believed that with her bloodline, demeanor, and loyalty to the family, she would be the queen Britain needed, one who could guide the throne into a more modern era while preserving its deepest traditions. I respected his wisdom more than most, and so I waited. I allowed Amanda to grow, to finish her education, to find her footing in the world, and in that patience was a quiet hope that when the time came, she would say yes. 6 years passed, and then came the summer of 1979, and with it, a tragedy so violent and personal that it fractured not just her world, but mine. Mountbatten was assassinated by the IRA in a brutal bombing that also took Amanda's grandmother and her youngest brother. It was a calculated attack, not just on our family, but on everything the monarchy stood for. The pain of that moment is etched in me still, but I could see then that it had broken something in Amanda that could not be repaired. When I finally gathered the courage to propose in 1980, she declined, not with cruelty, not with hesitation, but with quiet certainty. She had glimpsed the darkness that surrounds the crown, the sacrifice it demands, the anonymity it enforces, and she chose her freedom over a throne. I understood. I did not blame her. But I was heartbroken. And yet, duty does not pause for grief. With Amanda gone, the palace courtiers began their search anew, whispering again of youth, of obedience, of the importance of innocence that could be shaped rather than challenged. As Mountbatten had once advised, they looked for a girl young enough to adapt, one who wouldn't question, one who would simply fulfill the role. That's when Diana Spencer entered the frame. Barely 19, beautiful, soft-spoken, with aristocratic lineage, but none of the emotional scars Amanda bore. I hardly knew her, but the country adored her almost instantly, and the institution moved quickly to align its vision with the public fantasy. I did what was expected. I did what I was told was right. And in that moment, Amanda faded from public memory, but not from mine. There are nights even now, as king, when the noise of ceremony fades, and I am left with only silence and memory, when I wonder what life would have been like had she accepted. She would have made a magnificent queen, wise, composed, respected. But perhaps she knew something I didn't yet understand, that true royalty is not measured by a crown on one's head, but by the courage to say no to it when the price is too high.